Mr. Speaker, you and I were elected 20 years ago, and I'm proud to return here as the member for North Shropshire with a record number of votes and a record percentage. And I put that down partly, Mr. Speaker, to my very, very clear line on the fact that I would like to see our laws and our money decided in this place by directly elected politicians. So I'm very proud to follow my predecessor, sadly late John Biffin, who voted against the European Communities Act. And it is tremendous to be here today with a gracious speech stating in its first lines that we will be repealing the 1972 European Communities Act. We will be delivering what 17.4 million people voted for, which was announced happily on my birthday nearly this time last year. And members on every side had better realise that we have, for the first time, a massive vote in a referendum which has gone against the wishes of the establishment. This is a constitutional novelty, and all of us in this House had better wake up to the catastrophic damage that would be incurred to the integrity of the whole political establishment if we did not deliver. So I'm delighted to say that in the election, 85% of the electorate voted for this party and the Labour Party, both of whom on their platform said that we will honour the vote, we will leave the European Union, we will leave the single market, we will leave the customs union. The Liberals, bravely and quixotically, said they wouldn't and did extremely badly. They only got 2.4 million votes. So I believe we have a very, very clear mandate in this Parliament to deliver. And the gracious speech makes it clear that is what we'll do. About 3 years ago, Mr. Speaker, I made a speech saying that we should nationalise the acquis, my expression for adopting the whole of the corpus of European law and then filleting at a later date. This is an idea that goes right back to the reception statute of Virginia in 1776, or the reception provision of the Delaware Constitution in 1776, or the moves to make Australia, New Zealand independent, followed by the Indian Independence Act or the Irish Free State Constitution Act. All of those adopted existing UK law, but said from the stroke of midnight any further provisions made in this Parliament would not apply. And that is effectively what we're going to say. We are going to take back control to this House, to elected members, of our laws. We're going to take back control of our money. Much debate on every side. Every one of us knows how they would like to spend public money in their constituencies. We happily will have £10 billion, which is our net contribution, to play with. And we can decide in this House, and if we make bad decisions, we will get kicked out and people who make better decisions on money might replace us. Leaving the single market delivers on the political imperative, it delivers on the economic imperative. Members opposite quite rightly say we should have a Brexit for jobs. They go on about the single market. Do they realise 1999, 61% of our trade to the EU, today 45%, in a few years' time it's going to be 35%. The growth is to the rest of the world. That is where our future lies, and that is why I am delighted that we will be leaving the customs union. We already have the Secretary of State for International Trade in the States at the moment. The EU was pathetic at passing trade deals around the world. I was involved in the TTIP negotiations with Secretary Vilsack in the States. The whole $100 billion deal was stuck, Mr. Speaker, on the Greek definition of feta. The EU moves as slow as the lamest donkey in the caravan. We can now do trade deals with countries who are hungry to trade with us. And that is the future. And that will help also, don't forget, many of those in the developing world. It is a disgrace that because of the common external tariff, Germany earns $3.8 billion from coffee. The whole of Africa, where they grow the stuff, because of the cost on worked coffee, only has $2.4 billion. That will be a huge benefit, probably bigger than many aid budgets. Looking quickly to the clock, Northern Ireland brings all this together with the need to have seamless borders, as free trade as possible, and, critically, we have the ability now with modern technology. Today, Mr. Speaker, 10,000 trucks will go from Canada to Detroit, and they won't stop. With automatic number plate recognition, with electronic invoicing, those problems at the border are surmountable. Rapidly speaking, right of a boat. I'm delighted the Prime Minister is going to make a commitment today on the 3 million EU citizens and the 1 million UK citizens. And lastly, it will be tremendous in this speech to have a UK agriculture policy and a UK fisheries policy right out to 200 miles decided by elected politicians in this House. I support the gracious speech.